go. Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of the City Pickleball Podcast. I'm coming at you from Toledo Tech Loft in downtown Toledo, Ohio. Joined by Sean Shepard this week. But before we get into conversation, a couple things we have to do. I said before, Toledo Tech Loft, that's the place we record out of. Sean and Dylan, the brains behind the operation. Dylan running the cameras. And Matt Kennard, he does all the music you hear in the videos. So a big thanks to them. And City Pickleball for being our paddle sponsor for the time being. Sean,
Yes,
how you
sir.
doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Big work day. Playing a little pickleball later.
I am. It was a long day today.
Yeah.
But, that's sometimes pickleball is what gets you through, baby.
Oh, yeah. So your job give you a lot of flexibility to play, or it's kind of forced time?
It depends. It depends on the season. I mean, here's the thing. It's like anything, but the flexibility wise, like, I don't know that my owners would say it's flexible for pickleball,
Right.
but it's flexible for, anything with the family or
Sure.
I mean, and I'm not going to say it's now flexible for pickleball. They let me, take a Friday off to go play singles
Sure, yeah.
or whatever.
For tournaments.
Yeah, but I don't, you've seen me. Like you said, you wanted to open the podcast. I'll be sometimes answering calls at freaking 6 a.m. on a Sunday or 8:30 p.m. on a Friday night.
Right.
So there's give and take, like
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, of course. So with the family pretty flexible, letting you play. I know you have some kids, so obviously with their school schedules and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, my kids they're pretty go with the flow. I just have to use good judgment as the dad because
Yeah.
I mean I know you. So their mother and I are no longer together, so it's a week on, week off custody thing.
Sure.
And I'm trying to get Elias to jump into this thing, but
Yeah.
but you know what happens this time of year? I got to figure out a solution so I don't fall like.
Yeah. He's into baseball.
A year behind everybody else, like I
Right.
did last
Right,
summer.
yeah.
I saw, we're relatively at the same spot. I come back in the fall, everybody's freaking
Yeah.
gone warp speed on me, dude.
Well, you play a ton of baseball. You play it and coach it, right?
I did last year. I probably played too much. I already looked at my schedule. I think I was mentioning to you. There's one time I can.
Right.
get
One
it-
tournament you can play.
Yeah, like there's Beer City, and then there's maybe one weekend, and there's not any. But I'm just gonna have to figure out ways to bug the heck out of you guys and get drilling time in.
Sure.
Until I can play again.
Yeah. So are you playing baseball this year or?
Yeah,
no?
I'm planning to play on 2 teams. I play on a Roy Hobbs league. Great group of guys. Not just on my team, but it's a 40. Gosh, I think it's officially a 42 and up league. They play out at the old Mud Hens Stadium, which they actually tore down. It's at the Mommy Rec, but the field's still there. Great group of guys. I've taught, coached, and played with some of those guys for a while. But and then there's an 18 and up league that you're familiar with. Well, yeah, you know where White Park is. It's just those fields as unrefined as they are. We have a blast. There's some pretty darn good baseball there. So I get flack for, hey, old man, you need a walker, you need some oxygen, and I'm like, no, but you're gonna have to use one for the ball. I'm about to blast in the gap.
Sure. So you have an interesting backstory. I'm pretty sure you grew up in Alaska. Is that right?
I did.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So both my parents were in the Navy when they met. When they had me, we were in Japan, and they were both in what's the field besides intelligence? Trying to get more specific than they were both cryptologists, which is like code breaking stuff. Mom left and went to, social services, private counseling, private practice. Dad stayed in, and he was really good at his job, which, put him in high demand to move around and or liberty to choose where he wanted to go. So we went from Japan, where I was born, to a lot of places, but my main places were San Diego, then Hawaii, then Alaska. Alaska, we got there when I was in 4th grade. Grew up there. It was a blast. I loved it. Took it for granted though. So really there, grew up. Didn't play hockey, and I think my parents knew how much hockey was. I wish I would have played because it's so fun. Yeah. But I think pretty much all my friends did. But I just grew up skiing and playing baseball, man.
Yeah.
And I did. And then when high school came, our tennis team was not amazing, and I was kind of a late bloomer. So I was like, I'm gonna pass on the football. I think I can let her for 4 years in tennis because we sucked.
Yeah, fair enough.
That was pretty much how that went.
So, tennis in Alaska doesn't sound like ideal.
No, it doesn't. So the setup there, everyone, and that's fair. Interestingly enough, the first time I played pickleball though was in high school in Alaska with wooden paddle. Dude, it was so fun. Like I would get written passes to come to get out of class whenever the gym teachers would, start a new unit or whatever. But no. Tennis there is actually relatively strong. I think you'd probably not necessarily in my community in Chugiak. We were like a suburb of Anchorage.
Okay.
But all the kids in Anchorage, I mean, and maybe I haven't been back forever, so maybe there's a racket club in where I grew up in Eagle River, Chugiak area now. But it was called the Alaska Club and the Anchorage Racket Club, and like the kids from all the other high schools, they just lived there, man, that played tennis. So like they were there before school sometimes, they were always there after school and on the weekends, and we were Chugiak where like there was maybe one person on our team who was a member, so the rest of us, we just played for fun in the summer. There was no formal lessons or anything like that.
Kind of self-taught. Or your high school coach taught you what he could type thing.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's actually pretty wild that you played pickleball in high school all them years ago.
Oh, dude, it was so fun. I didn't know. I was so stoked when I found out it was a movement.
Oh, recently?
Yeah. I was like, what? Like my aunt my whole mom's side of my family, all super crazy good athletes tennis-wise.
Yeah.
And so my aunt Elaine, who I'm going to send this to probably.
Sure.
She lives in Massachusetts now, but she was like the girl that always played 5-0 plus with dudes, with men.
Yeah.
That were, because she was that good. My grandpa was kind of the same way. He was 47, 50. Chip off the old block, playing 20-year-olds. No, he wasn't. Kicking there, just giving it to him.
Yeah.
But, where I got with that. Oh, so Anna Lane, when she usually comes to visit us once a year, and a few years ago, she brought these her pickleball stuff, all of it.
Yeah.
And like I knew I'm like, of course she's good and whatever. And the rackets, even though if I brought them out right now, I have a couple of them. They're not amazing. They were so much better than those wooden paddles I remember.
Right. Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, and then I don't know what question you asked me, bro. I'm sorry.
I don't even know where we got off somewhere, but it's fine.
You asked what it was like to grow up in Alaska.
Yeah, I'm playing tennis there.
So, tennis, I mean, I did it just because I love. You know how I am, dude. If I'm going for something,
you're full go.
I'm full go. So did that in the summer when baseball season was not happening, if that's possible.
Yeah.
Which usually we were done mid-July up there unless we won and went out of state. And then, I mean, I remember getting in trouble. Alaska's a good, you have light until post-midnight. So I remember one time getting grounded for being up at it's Lions Parks where I grew up playing baseball. It's where we played tennis a lot. And I would stay out there for hours and hours and hours. And the one time I got in trouble for coming home at 1, I was probably a freshman. But like the guy I was playing was a cop. His name was Dave.
Oh.
And so I rolled in the cop car, getting grounded before I can even speak.
Yeah.
But I wonder if my mom even remembers that. She was like, "Why are you?" But it was light out.
Yeah.
Land of the midnight sun. So.
Right. Yeah. It's such a unique experience.
Skiing too. I didn't know how to ski when I got there, but you kind of got to do something in the winter. So per the tennis question. You either you really need to stay active because the light scenario. I mean, they've got that seasonal affective disorder, which some people probably.
Well, it's such a high depression rate in Alaska, so because of it.
I think there is. So you're either on sleds, snow machines, doing that thing all winter, a lot of people just ski, which is what I ended up doing.
Yeah.
And then, or you got to have a hobby though up there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so you're in Alaska. So what age do you come back to the lower states?
So graduated high school in Alaska, then went off and on. That sounds so bad. Went out of state for college. Went to Montana State University. In all of my glorious immaturity, I went there to ski, not to learn.
Yeah.
And
Fair.
I think it was 1.5 times in-state tuition. And so went there and then finished up at the University of Alaska Anchorage. It's bad that I don't know when I graduated. But
That's okay.
Let's
Getting
say,
old.
Yeah, whatever. Of course you're going to poke that one.
Just once.
Just once. So graduated up there with a bachelor's degree in elementary education. And then, after graduation, I don't know that it was even a few months, was offered a couple different job opportunities came up. One obviously as a teacher.
Yeah.
Where my degree was at, where I student taught, and then some others like ministry-wise, but I just felt like we were supposed to go to New Mexico, so that's what we did.
Yeah.
I started teaching down there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then you somehow end up Michigan, Ohio area.
Somehow, that's.
And then one day I see you roll into the YMCA that I'm playing at.
Yep.
And then it's pickleball the rest of the way.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Like, not full go at that point. It was for a little bit.
Right.
But I walked in and Bud, who you know,
Yep.
great guy, great people. I couldn't believe you guys were playing pickleball for starters because I
Yep.
hadn't seen anybody play outside of the gymnasiums where
You
minus
grew
my
up.
aunt,
Yeah, right,
there's
right,
pickleball
right.
courts, but I didn't know it was a thing.
Right.
And I was like, no way. And then that's where the bug started. But and played quite a bit until the summer.
Yep.
Where we played in Glass City. Was that just last summer? That is insane.
No.
Yeah, it was. Wasn't it? It was just
Wow.
last summer. That's wild.
That is wild.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So and I was just telling somebody about it the other day because I think they assumed I'd been playing for a long time. I'm like, no, man, you don't get it. Like
You devoted some time to it.
Yeah, I was like, my buddy and I, we played in what was it? I think we were 3-5 doubles last summer, but we might have been. I mean, we probably thought we were above 3-5, but we were probably strong 3-2-5.
I won't admit to that.
Yeah, whatever. And he's like, no way. And I'm like, yeah. And then, like, I basically played maybe once a week. But baseball's crazy between coaching and playing and all that jazz. But then I came back and started getting my rear end handed to me over at Black's Barn with all you guys. And I'm like, okay. I think Mike actually sat me down and said, hey, he's pretty tactful, man. When he's a good guy. And he's like, Sean, you can do it, but you have to drill, man. Otherwise, this is where he never said these words. This was my takeaway. Mike did not. This is not verbatim, but this is where it ends for you. You're not going higher unless you put some work in.
Yeah.
Like, because he would see how frustrated. You know how.
Oh yeah.
And you know how competitive I am, and I'm like just taking a beating again.
Yeah.
Just getting whooped on, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna put some work in.
I think there comes a point where you reach a wall, and drilling is the only way you climb. It really is true.
All I knew how to do, my whole deal was just to bang, and it's still my default. Thank God it's impossible to do and still play with a certain once you get to a certain spot because it's just not effective.
You have to have the soft game.
Have to.
Yeah.
But it's still not my, it's still not my go-to.
So you go from playing somewhat pickleball in Alaska, then nothing.
You can call that.
Right. You knew of it. Yeah. Then you get here, devote some time to it, and then all of a sudden, it's all you think about, all you did. I remember we would talk every day about it for a long time, talking about the next tournament, stuff like that. And now lately, out of all the people that play, I'm pretty sure you play the most amount of tournaments, and honestly, you podium in most, if not win it.
Yeah, I don't know how. I'd have to go back and I medaled in a few of them. Somebody was, just being encouraging and complimentary the other day, and I was like, well, you don't see the ones where I get my rear end handed
Right.
to me. I don't really post those.
Right.
So
Right.
they exist, man, for sure.
But
I've done decent, man. Made some progress.
yeah,
for
you're
sure.
doing great.
I appreciate it.
Do you what's the goal? What do you want to do? Do you want to take it to the next level?
I do, man. I do. I don't know. It's tough because life is like
You're busy.
Well,
Yeah.
everybody is. I mean, we all have the same 24 hours, right?
Right.
In each day, and it's like, do I have clear cut, defined goals with pickleball or anything else? No, it's weird because I mean, I'm 49 years old, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, obviously, I've got to, and you know, with kids going to that are college age, or I mean, it's just a lot. So just you know this as well as anybody, balancing things correctly. I want to go as far as I can, as fast as I can, but
Not hurt anyone along the way, family wise. You're saying.
family or really anywhere else. I mean, you got to watch it even with your own. You know how pickleball, like, that sounds laughable if you say you can get hurt playing pickleball, but you.
Yeah.
Sean,
Absolutely,
Sean
yeah.
sits over there
Yeah.
with the with
Very
his knee
true.
propped up. But
Very
no,
true.
it's true, man. It's
Yeah.
so true. Like
That's true.
it's pretty playing as much. It's just funny because it's a really easy sport to pick up, in my opinion. I also
Yeah.
think it's easy to progress to a certain point.
Yeah.
But once you get to that point, if you don't do
Right,
something
yeah.
different, then you are pretty much gonna
Yeah.
only. It's kind of like any sport, right? You're the best in your little pond, and then you see
Yeah.
the next pond, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Maybe not. Yeah.
maybe not. And then
Yeah.
you work through that, and then the next one is like
Yeah.
double O.
Oh,
which is kind of
absolutely.
where I'm at right now. I think
Yeah.
I'm like, I was just watching. These guys are phenomenal. I know we were going to talk in person more about it because I told you I
Yeah.
like to play a lot of different places, mainly just because sometimes I can't get back here, man, depending on where I'm at work wise.
Sure.
And I've met some amazing people. That's probably, honestly, I love the sport, but I really doubt that I would be playing at all if it weren't for just the cool people that I've met along the way.
Oh, yeah.
Starting with Bud.
Yeah.
Hey, here's my paddle. Hey, why don't you jump in? And you guys were all. Then I broke into your little clicky Y group. We're the best. Let's put our paddles together. There's all that. I mean, it's a thing, dude.
Oh,
It is.
absolutely.
Like, it's just it is what it is, and it's not any different. I was thinking about it on the way here. It's not really any different in any aspect of life, I don't think, man.
No.
Like, and it's not even, I say clicky, but it's not about really.
But
it's
it
not
is
about,
clicky.
It is, but it's not necessarily about attitude, right? It's not about, I think I'm better than it. Well, it could be, but it's more like, you've got this much time. How much can you invest? I'll play with anybody. Like,
Sure.
I really, and like, there's sometimes I think people will be like, oh, you're too good now. And I'm like, no, that's not the case at all. It's just, we gotta I gotta put something on the schedule because I think subconscious. You said, where do you want to take it? I mean, I want to go as far as I can. I just am not just in a season, family wise, life wise, that I can't. I don't know. Maybe I'm scared, dude, to say, I want to go for it. But I love playing people who are better than me. It's how you get better. And if you're not arrogant, which I can come across as being, I've heard, but it's part of just the talk, dude. It's part of the mindset to compete, and that's really it. Like, anybody, you know this about me, anybody who knows, I'll talk mad smack. Yeah. But most of that's just for fun. Yeah. And sometimes for mindset for me. Yeah. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're just gonna get wiped by people who are better than you.
Yeah. It's funny you say the clicky. But it really is that way, and it's at every level.
It is.
3-0s want to stay with themselves, but sometimes the 3-0s want the 3-5s to play with them, but the 3-5s are like, no thanks, and all the way up.
No, I agree.
It's kind of, it's toxic, honestly, in a way, but
it could be.
It has been in some scenarios. I'm not saying all the time.
No, I mean, so for example, there's people that if you were at Strawberry Park, you would play with them. Sure. Absolutely, because they're cool people. Like, I can name so many people. I like seeing them. Yeah. Like, again, back to the people. I think that's what drew me in, man, was the people. Yes, the sport's addicting. So if you don't play pickleball or if you're just starting, should probably count the cost of it's not really it might be a zero entry pool at first, but then it takes a drastic dive into the deep end if you want to go further. So, but like I love, like there's so many cool people I've met. So I don't ever think, oh, I won't play with that person. At the same time, I understand if you've got a certain amount of time and you want to get some things accomplished, like you want to work on your drops, your dinks, your whatever.
You just want a high competitive game that makes sense.
I get that. I get it. But that's actually one of the things that motivated me, man, is because I felt so far behind. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what happened here? Yeah. Like, because there were the people that you and I were playing with about Glass City time, we were all pretty relatively close. And then, then freaking August, September rolls around, and I'm like,
what happened?
I just thought I just sucked so bad from not playing, but y'all got so much better. Yeah. And that honestly, and there is a thing to, I don't, it's human nature though. It's not just pickleball. I want to be invited. Yeah. Okay. Wait, right now you're not. Yeah. So how are you going to respond to that? Right. And that's what it is, man. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, closed groups can't invite everyone else. It's, it's just open play at that point.
No, and there's nothing wrong with someone saying, hey, this is a closed group and this is why. Right. There's not. It's not meant, and I know it's not received that way.
Right. Oh, yeah, again, it's tough to hear for some people, They take offense, and I don't think this is the case, but I could see some people being like, well, I just don't want to play anymore because of it. That would be an extreme example. But I could see how it would turn them off to the sport a little bit. But I'm sure it's like that in most sports. But since we play this, I obviously see it in this sport a ton.
Well, part of the thing, too, and the one thing that differentiates, I think, pickleball from other sports is that there's not, where else can you, like, I don't know, let me say it this way. I don't know if this guy will ever listen to this, but this guy I went to high school with is hilarious. Wasn't super close to him, but he always made me laugh, and I don't even know what he does for work now, man, but he travels a lot, and he would always be like, he's the type of guy to be like, in a foreign country and be able to make friends, be like, not everybody speaks English, but everybody speaks high five. And like, I feel like I remember him saying that or posting that one time, Miles, that I'm referencing you, if you didn't know that. Pickleball is similar, man. You can go anywhere, bro. Oh, yeah. Like, anywhere, and especially with the nature of, like, because I'm driving all over the place for work. If I'm getting off work and I see a pickleball court, that's how, I would stop and there's always that, ooh, who's this new person? Oh, yeah, yeah. And that's fine, but once people, that's just human nature. Yeah. Once they see that, even if you don't even have to be amazing, man, once they see that you're real and authentic and not a jerk, like they'll help you. Like this last Saturday, man, I played with these guys in Lansing, and they're all three of them, they're significantly better than me, dude. But they were super, 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 gracious, and we had good games. It was good play. Yeah. And if you just don't let the offense, which is easy to do, man, but if you don't get distracted by that stuff and you really want to go forward, there's plenty of opportunities.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I think the good outweighs the bad when it comes to toxic situations in pickleball. But there's definitely been times where it's happened, It's just, like you said, it's human nature.
You get your feelings hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Eli, you hurt my feelings once.
Did I? Didn't surprise me.
That was so funny, dude.
I didn't mean to, if that's the case.
I'm just messing with you. You can edit this out, right? If you need to.
No, this is straight in. This is straight in.
This is all in.
Listen, once you step on the court with me.
No, here's what I was going to say, though. So, people get their feelings hurt, like, oh, you do want to play a tournament with me, or you don't, or we were partners, or we're not now, or we're just, our schedules aren't. There's so many dynamics that go into that, and so, I think that, I don't know. I don't know that all of it's toxic. I think some of it's just, I'm here, where are you at? Like, I can remember our conversations. You didn't, when we played that tournament, you weren't just like, whatever. We still talked and we still practiced sometimes, but at the end of the day, I was busy with baseball.
Right, yeah.
You did not say, hey, what are you doing? Hey, you were just looking for a commitment.
Right, yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
No, man. That's what I was saying. Like, there's other opportunities. If it's not working out with the group
Yeah.
that you think you want to play in, it's kind of like, okay, maybe just don't get hung up on that because I don't know, I think at travel baseball, there's parents that get really bent when their kids don't make a certain level team, and I'm like, is that really a good fit for you anyways, where you're at right now?
Right.
Is it really? Do you want to be the 13th? Do you want your son to be the 11th, 12th, or 13th guy?
Right.
You don't, because he's not going to,
Yeah.
not necessarily, so.
Yeah, everyone wants to be accepted, but it takes some work to be accepted, especially when you're talking competitively, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's, I think I heard you say we all started at the Y.
Mm-hmm.
But like even at the Y, man, like it's not fun to know that you're the reason why your team's losing.
Sure.
And your partner's ticked or the group like there was I feel a lot of pressure to perform. When you're I'm trying to think of what group it was. If it was at the barn, it probably was at the barn. Everybody there was so good, relatively speaking, and I'm like, damn, dude. So I would get extra intense.
Yeah. You try to lock yourself in.
You try to, but it doesn't always. That's not always the best way to lock in.
Yeah.
It feels like it is. So I'm going to try harder.
Almost being more relaxed is the way to get in.
Being more relaxed is the way to play better, man.
Yeah.
I got to watch it still. I still am retraining my brain.
Yeah.
And it's not that being full of adrenaline and amped. That's good, but. I was actually telling Mike this last night. I brought that MLP league up. I started to talk about it. I finished. They had it's a Michigan pickleball league.
Yeah. Some
really, really good players there, man. And there was one guy, I've never seen him before. He's intense and amped up. Like, I can't, that's not sustainable for me.
Sure.
Like, I can go into beast mode for a little bit, but if you're talking about a tournament or even just 2.5 hours of rec play, good luck with that. You know what I'm saying?
It's exhausting being that person.
Oh, man, it is exhausting.
Yeah.
And for me, that's just not me. If that's who you are, rock it.
Yeah.
And this guy did. I was like, oh my gosh, he's getting it was so fun. I'm looking for the video of it. It was, I think it was the Flint Tropics was the name of the team. But, you would, anyways, I just stopped because there's a couple people that where I'm not super close with them, but I'm for them.
Yeah.
They're making strides. I think there was 2 or 3 people there that just, I know like you and Matt were talking about that was your last podcast, right?
Yeah, Matt.
You guys seem like you talk pretty in depth about the what's what and who's who and the
PPA.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know any of that stuff except I know that at least 2 of those people that were at that were playing that day, like one of them I think went quarterfinals in a qualifier. I don't know what you have to, and one went semi. That's really good, man.
Oh yeah, that's extremely hard to do.
And I want to double check that, but I'm pretty positive, man. There's some good players here, man. And and it makes you realize. I'm like, man, there was this guy who I think his name was Stu. I had just met him. I walked in there to watch, and then I knew a couple people, and they're like, hey, let's play.
Oh, nice.
And I'm not gonna give the details or make excuses about why I was not amazing, but. It was funny because later on we're watching these. A couple hours later, he's like, and we think we're good. We suck. This guy's like out of 4, and he's like, my duper's way too high. He was hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like, but we're not good. He goes, we're not good.
Yeah.
And he wasn't being negative.
No, yeah.
He was like, look at these people.
Yeah. Those people and compared to rec players around here, it's a different level.
It's unreal. Well, even compared to, like what. Let's say if we're playing for 2 hours, and let's say we have 12 points that are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are playing for 2 hours, and 12 out of 100. I didn't do the math.
Yeah.
They probably have like 70 that are amazing. That's a big difference, man.
Oh yeah.
It's just
So you think? So when you watch that, well, here's the question before that. So are you trying? Senior pro is totally on the table for you. I don't know how old you have to be senior pro. I don't really know. Have you looked into that?
I haven't. People say senior, and then I'm like,
it's not.
They're
Yeah.
like, "What's wrong, Sean? Does it hurt your ego?" And I'm like, "Probably."
Yeah, and I can
I
understand.
don't like the word senior.
I can understand. I can understand
I'm like,
it.
it probably does hurt my ego.
Yeah, I don't.
Honestly,
Well,
if I'm being honest, because you know how I am. I'm like even the tournament this weekend. I think I'm signed up for. I don't know where they come up with these
50 plus
age
or
divisions.
45 plus.
I never want to be in those.
Yeah.
Like there's some people who won't play with me because I won't play in that age group.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm playing freaking 10 to 34, dude.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
And I can hang with them, bro.
Oh, you totally hang with them.
So, I mean, I also get my rear end handed to me sometimes, but
legitimately, do you want to do senior pro?
I mean, if it works out as far as season of life,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that would be awesome. I would love that.
Yeah.
I hate the word senior.
I know.
But I think I may have passed
Yeah.
the window of opportunity for anything beyond that.
Well, I actually
But
go ahead.
I want to say this. There's some, and here's what I don't want to miscommunicate. There's some 50 and up players that are insanely good.
Absolutely.
Like way better than me. So I don't want to say that. Oh, once you get to a certain age,
Yeah.
no, that's not what I'm saying. Like, I mean, you know them too. I mean, you got like, isn't Rob 50?
I think so.
He
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. He plays great.
Oh, he's
he's a
outstanding.
beast.
Oh, he is, man. He's nuts.
He honestly, he'd be a good guy to go and try it if he really wanted to.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens. But typically, like I don't know, especially with singles, because I didn't play any singles in high school tennis, but I seem to be better at it than I am in doubles.
Yeah, you're a solid singles player.
Which bothers me.
Yeah.
I want to be better at doubles.
Yeah.
It's a different game. It's not the same. Not even
Got to
close.
hit soft. Got to be able to do both.
Bro.
Well.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you asked me. Senior pro. Yeah, I would do it. Am I going full-fledged for it right now? No, because I just got a couple of things that are a higher priority just in terms of, family and kid. It's where my kids are at, the season they're in, and then work. But, like, if the opportunity's there, man. I mean, I watch these guys in that Michigan Pickleball League, and I'm like, oh, that's what I want to do.
Yeah. So.
That sounds weird to say that's my culminating goal, but
no, I mean it's good. Like this is obviously a hobby you really like,
it's so
but
fun.
it's more than a hobby at a certain point when you spend so much time into it. You know,
for sure. And
So-
yeah,
it's a good goal to have.
it is.
I said you should do it a long time ago.
You did. There's a handful of you, and
Yeah.
I should probably. I guess I should believe you guys, but
Mike should try if he really wanted to.
Mike's good.
Yeah, great singles player. So obviously you have to have a ton of time to do it.
You do, and that's something that I don't. You have to have a ton of time, or you have to have the right circumstances and
Sure.
people.
Right. Oh yeah, totally.
that where it'll fit in your schedule. If your schedule's swamped, at the end of the day, if you want to do something, you find a way to do it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
That's just what it boils down to. But the fact that pickleball's in the same conversation as baseball for me now is unreal, dude. Because
Yeah.
I love baseball, and it just was an awareness that came up recently. Because I'm like, looking at my calendar, looking at for months ahead,
Yeah.
and what's available, and I'm like, okay, gotta.
So just one tournament on the docket.
I got one Friday, and then the only other one right now is Beer City. Which,
Go ahead.
which I don't understand. I guess we gotta. Are you doing that one?
No, I didn't get in. Because you can register and then they can not select you type of thing.
Yeah. So I thought I didn't get in for singles, and I keep getting these emails. I don't know how it works. I should probably just call somebody who's been in it before.
Sure.
But playing mixed and then
You playing with Jody?
playing mixed with Jody, and then
Nice.
Mark Osborne and I are
Oh
playing.
yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
Did you get in for everything?
No, so we got in for the two doubles events, and then the singles, I was like, what's the deal? Because I was getting these emails that were confusing, so I wrote the guy back recently, and I'm like, what's happening here? Like, what? Am I, because my, you have, once they do the lottery, you have a certain time to pay or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this is how much you want, but am I in or am I out?
Yeah.
And he said it was there's a second chance lottery apparently, so you may still get in.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I didn't spend time, I didn't write him back, but
Yeah.
he sounded like I could still maybe play. If I don't really care.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
have you thought about doing any of the challengers, like PPA challengers or APP? I think it is.
I don't think I'm there yet, man.
You can try. I mean, you can still do 4-5 in those and 5-0 and stuff like that.
I wouldn't mind that. I mean, here's the thing. All on purpose. So it's not just a time commitment. Most of the time, it's not super expensive. I'm not going to get into that. For me, just with
it's expensive.
It's not always like when you have relationships and people that are connected. It's not why you do it, but there's some breaks along the way.
Oh yeah.
But all I'm saying is, as far as playing high-level players, I mean, there's some Moneyball stuff that I've just gotten my rear end handed to me in a few times, but I don't look at it. I don't know, man. I want to see where the next level is. So,
yeah. Start there. Beer City's a great tournament. I even might go up and watch if I don't think I'm gonna get in, but it's not a big deal anyway. So just those. You have any ones that you want to do by the end of the year? I mean, there's some solid ones towards the winter, but
well, you have to. That's why I texted you the other day. I was like, "Yep." Remember, I was like, "Hey, is it?" That's where that came from. That question is everything that's listed. Is that all we have? Because I was looking.
They
at
might
my
add
calendar,
stuff.
and I was like, "Dang it, man! Anytime that I maybe have a window, it just without going to."
Well, they should have stuff every weekend.
They should, but they don't.
Really?
That not unless you want to travel.
Well, yeah.
I mean, ultimately, what I'd like to do before considering any of the rest of the conversation and advancing is just win some money to support the habit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just honestly, like, I mean, I know that, I don't know, who just told me they're going to a 25, I think Roshan told me. He's going to be in Vegas for something. There's a $25,000 purse. I know I just ran across something in West Virginia.
Yeah, you told me about that.
You know, I got to find it again. I don't know if I'm going to go or not, but that's 6 hours away. But you know, it's weighing. Okay, am I going to invest the time? There's risk there in anything.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Not just pickleball, anything in life. Like, am I going to invest the time? Am I going to invest the money? And what's the return? What's my goal? Am I expecting the like? I think about that stuff because I can get money back, dude, but I can't get time back, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, so how far is too far to travel?
I don't know. Right now, I'd say I'm maxing out at about 3 hours.
Except you're looking for this one in West Virginia that's 6 hours.
I'm not really looking. I just saw it.
I could see I could see the next day seeing it on your Facebook. Just one West Virginia's opener.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. How much is the purse on that? You sent it to me. I can't remember.
I think they said it was a $20,000 purse. It surprises me. I'm not.
Maybe I'll talk to my wife. We'll see what we can do.
But I mean, obviously, that's not the. You know, I'm sure they have to divide it up. I didn't look into it.
Oh yeah. It's divided up in each category. I'm sure.
But, I mean, even at these local tournaments, when they do these opens or the opens, I think these guys, top 3, they do all right. Like, you at least can pay for your
the fee.
The fee and then some usually.
Yeah, I haven't really looked into any. I'm about there.
I haven't heavily, but just, you know, you'll see them stand on the podium with the big cardboard checks. I mean, I think like I see third place. I've seen
$100.
I've seen 3 to 4.
Oh, really?
5, yeah, depending on it. Because it seems like they always base it on how many people enter, right?
Yeah.
The tournament. That's how they.
Yeah.
That's how they do it.
So what do you think Toledo should do to bring some tournaments in? It's frustrating. We have one a year, and I'm pretty sure it's not even Duper related.
Glass City.
Toledo, yeah, I don't think
wish
it's
I could
Duper
play.
related at all.
I don't know if it is or not. I'm bummed that I can't play in that though. Go to a baseball tournament that weekend. Yeah, I don't know. We were just actually, this conversation came up last night as well, a little bit. That about Toledo, you know, because I was talking about these teams, and I don't really know much about them.
Yeah.
That I went to watch these. I could pull it up on my phone, but it was brought up. Well, what do you think we got to do to get one in Toledo? I'm not really sure.
I mean, we have the places to do it, the facilities to do it now. Just doesn't seem like anyone wants to commit to a better tournament. A good, like a Duper tournament. That's what I consider good. Like, I don't play any tournaments now that aren't going to affect my Duper. Doesn't make sense to. Especially if I'm trying, like, I guess I'm not trying to go pro.
You're not? I thought you were.
For a while, man. Here's the thing. I'll break it down to you. I talked to my wife. It was such a struggle with us for a while because I committed so much time, and
Yeah.
it got dicey between us because I invested, like, you knew how much I was playing. I was playing. If you were
logging 8 hours a day, man.
You wouldn't text me, "Are you playing today?" You would text me, "Where are you playing?" And then I was like, okay, that's a bit of a problem. So I broke it down. We talked about it. It's just the age I'm at is such a tough. But listen.
Listen to you, though. You're talking to me about senior pro. You're in your 20s.
Yeah,
So you don't know.
So, yeah, I'll go senior pro.
There you go.
When I'm 50, I'll go senior pro.
In 2 years, it won't even be just regular and senior. They'll be like
Let's switch something up.
midlife crisis. There'll be all kinds of variations.
Let me sign up right now then.
Right. No, you know what's interesting, though, and again, my experience here is super limited, but some of these people that I play with, they will run some of these money balls, I don't know, on purpose, not like one guy, and I actually brought his name up to you, and I mentioned something to him. I played with him yesterday, really good player. He cracks me up. I was watching, he videoed it, and I was like, dude, you look like so relaxed. He just is, he's like, I was born with sunglasses on. But this guy's name is Xavier, and he was one of the people I was thinking of. I said, hey, one of my friends has this podcast. It's in Toledo. I don't know how it would work. Is that something that you might be interested in? But where's I going with that? He had told me he's a director at Court 1 in Lansing.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, I hope I'm not misquoting him, but I said, hey, I asked, is this duper lady? He goes, no, I won't get any good players if I have it. And I don't know the specifics. I don't understand how the formula works. It's just
I don't really know.
But I'm pretty confident that was a comment that was made, which I thought was interesting.
It is. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if we did a duper tournament, everyone would flock to it because we're having to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah. I mean, most things are about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, from my house, I can get to Lansing in an hour, 35-ish.
Yeah.
But it's still, I mean, my circumstances are different, too, just with work and stuff, being able to do that. Like, if I would, if you're just paying your own, I mean, gas is not cheap.
Well, tournament entries are hundreds of dollars once you start getting into nice tournaments.
Yeah.
And it's really time. Like, I can invest my time in better ways and still be around pickleball. I coach a lot. I still play with you guys. We do this now. It's fun to me. I don't need to go pro to feel validated in the sport. I really don't anymore.
I don't know that. I just think it would be fun. Again, man.
Oh, you're a lot closer than I am. Just because I could not go and compete against Gabe Tardio. Zero chance.
Who is that? I don't know any of these people. I have no idea who that is.
That's Ben John's new partner.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is. We'll tag him down below. But what I'm saying is, like senior pro, that is locked in, that number. But to go pro in like my age, like the number's dropping. It used to be 27s, 25s was really solid players.
Really?
But now it's like I'm sure you don't know, but Lucian Goins beat Ben Johns.
16-year-old?
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah,
I almost wondered if it was just fake news.
No, it's real news.
I saw it. I was like, no way.
And then like a week later, a 15-year-old girl beat some ranked PPA singles player, and I'm like, these kids are just gonna take over the sport in a good way, as it should be. You want the PPA to be the most competitive players there are, so it doesn't matter what age they are. However, I don't think that I can get there.
Yeah, I mean,
not at the rate they're playing.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of factors.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say never, but I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of the optimist, dreamer.
Well, so was I.
Romantic type person, which I didn't know I was until recently.
Fair.
But so I always am gonna believe if that's something that I really want that it's possible, but it's not. It's wisdom to also obviously evaluate where you're at.
I think I just wanted to be around the sport.
Yeah.
So doing all this, fine with it. I really am. I don't need to go pro. Honestly, it's too much. It's not too much pressure. I can handle pressure, no problem. It's just I'm a dad of 2 young kids. It's just I don't have the time to just go out and pound drilling sessions anymore.
I get it.
Yeah. So You go pro. I'll live vicariously through you.
Lord, I don't know if that's an option.
And
we'll see.
Just hire me as your coach.
Okay.
Fair.
Okay.
We have a deal. You heard it here.
Oh my. I think that's it's hard for me to even wrap my head around that.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know. I'm just having fun, man, meeting people.
That's the big deal.
I'm having a blast. I'm having fun. Getting better. And
that's where you want to be in pickleball.
it is, man. If it's not fun,
That's all in life in general, be fair, honestly.
And there's going to be times that aren't fun where you're going to have to grind and work through, and you played terrible, and it's so annoying and frustrating, especially when you know what your capability is versus what you're showing up as. But that's normal with anything. But if it becomes a grind that you dread, then you probably need to maybe take a break.
Yeah, and you could take that straight to life too.
Oh, 100%.
You know, there's been times where I've hated pickleball, and then I take 2 weeks off, and I'm like, oh, I was just playing way too much.
Who do you know?
You burn yourself out in pickleball, and you're like, why am I not doing so well? I'm like, well, Sean, you played 21 days in a row for 4 hours. That's why you hate it.
Nice. But who do you not know that, or who do you know that hasn't had that moment where I don't know if I've ever said I'm done with this, but people get pretty passionate about it when you put a certain amount of time and you invest that, and then you're like, like throwing $300 paddles across.
Oh yeah, I've never done that.
I actually haven't. I hope I don't ever.
Yeah, I care, but I know what I have in my hand's expensive, so I try not to do it.
Right.
So you have a long history in a racket sport. Like you played tennis in high school.
High school, but I didn't play after that because this lovely scar. I was in a car accident when I was in. That's why I can play pickleball, not tennis now. It's because the racket impact of the ball hitting it and the racket slider. I can do it. I couldn't play tennis if I wanted to.
So that affect you at all while you play, or like outside of pickleball? Does it affect you? In your day to day?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. So what's the surgery that was done? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, it's called. I did not. I was young and dumb, and didn't take care of. I broke my wrist, and the right lunate, I think, is the bone in the wrist. It had a lack of blood supply. I think they called it anoxia. This is a couple decades old of memory, but
sounds good to me.
Basically, like it died, they had to remove it.
Okay.
They're like, we can remove it, or we can give you a titanium wrist, and you'll be like Superman, but you won't be able to do anything else. Like I probably couldn't play pickleball or baseball, so I was like, no.
Did you ever think about switching to lefty?
I did, and I'm gonna learn how to play left-handed. Right now, my left wrist, and I don't know why. If it's tendonitis or what, it actually is in not in amazing shape. I thought I literally for a brief second last week I was scared. I was like, I don't think I can play baseball again. I don't know what I did to it. It's weird. It's getting better.
Would it be weird not to play baseball again? You've been playing it since you were so.
Well, I stopped for a while. I didn't know that you could play as an adult. I didn't know it was a thing.
I thought I heard old man in there.
I
did.
Nah, it's for
senior baseball.
Baseball. No, it is what it is. I don't know why I have such issues with my age. Like a lot of people are like, embrace it. I'm not embracing it.
You're young at heart.
I am.
Yeah.
I will never not be young at heart.
The first time I met you, I thought you were my age. Like, with how you talk to me and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, okay, me and this guy can hang out. And then you told me your real age, and I'm like, oh, we can still hang out. Yeah. I mean, when we played that tournament, you kept up just fine, and look at you now. You're beating everybody. You play more tournaments than anyone I know.
Well, not now. There's going to be a little hiatus here.
Okay, fair.
I mean, there's
just
no
time.
Yeah.
But if there was more time, you'd play.
I'll probably get to there. I probably would because I like it so much.
Yeah.
And there's different thoughts on how to get better. For me, there was the tournament nerves were so nuts.
Oh yeah.
I noticed, like, I was like, why am I so anxious? Why do I care so much? And I just wanted to play enough to where I don't know that ever goes away, but I think you learn how to rechannel it in a way that can.
Yeah. It's good not to take it away. You need it.
Right. It just.
You can use it for good.
You can.
Yeah.
Still learning that.
Oh, yeah, so am I. Every time I play a tournament, I said it last week, I feel this heavy weight just start to lay on my chest. It is, you just care about it.
Yeah,
You don't want to mess it up.
Well, I mean, you're set. It's like anything else. I mean,
No one likes to lose.
And it's not even just losing. It's a commitment, and you're setting time aside from everything else to do it. So of course you want to do well. And losing, okay, I love winning, but I don't mind losing if I know I played my very best.
Yeah.
Or I played pretty well, and just got outplayed. I just get ticked.
Yeah, that's a different type of loss.
When I suck, dude.
Yeah.
And just stupid errors, bad decisions, poor shot selection.
Yeah. So, in closing, what do you recommend to someone who's never played the sport or is just getting into the sport? What would you recommend them do? Do they stick it out? Do they invest their time in it? Kind of just give us a good spin on pickleball. What's your take actually on the sport?
My take on the sport, for me, back to it's the people, man, and it's the sense of community. And yes, you're gathering around the sport that you enjoy and you have it in common and it's fun and it's competitive, but really, man, like if everybody, it's like anything else. You're not going to go back to a place where there's not without people. It doesn't matter. And like, yes, I want to play people that are good. Yes, I want to get better with people, and yes, I want to play with people who are beginners. Like a lot, like. I think at White Park last summer, my youngest started. You know, Elias.
Yeah.
I brought him out kind of a few times, and I'm not gonna push him towards it, but he has potential. But we, I had an old student and her boyfriend who's an old player, and they're brand new, and we played with them. I guess you just follow. I think your question was, what's my spin on it? Go out and have fun, and if you want to get better, just know that yes, you work hard, but like a lot of times, man, that just happens. I don't want to say by osmosis, but when you become part of a community, it's kind of like, okay, we're going in this direction. You look to your right, you look to your left. You say, who's around me? Who's also going in that direction? You connect with them, and then you go from there. It's pretty organic. Like, I guess it was for me, anyways. I didn't have to try. Like, and when it comes, if you come to the crossroads where you're like I did, where I was like, okay, I'm either content right here, or I'm willing to
push yourself farther.
Yeah. You do that when the time comes. But
Pickleball it is all about community at the end of the day. No one would want to do this alone.
You know how many people that I wouldn't or you wouldn't know that I'm friends with and I've met, and some of them closer than others. Like, it's crazy. Like, the number of people that I think are absolutely amazing. You always have some outliers in every area of life, but for the most part, man, I've just had such a positive experience with the sport. And like you said, I mean, I think without saying it, you said the same thing. Like, you just want to be around it, and there's reasons for that. Yes, you are good at it. Yes, you love it. But
with the people.
It is, man. It's just even the banter sometimes during the match, sometimes before, sometimes after, and it's a good time, man.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you coming in this week, Sean, telling us your story a bit. We'll follow your journey a bit. I'll probably have you on again, I'm sure.
Okay.
Post some tournament results for you.
That makes me anxious.
Well, don't. But thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, sure thing, man. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
When I was young, they told me I should put the pencil away. I gotta color the picture because your vision is great. I know some bitches is loyal, I know some is fake. They want a sample of my life, I told them dig in the crate.